you clicked on this video, you're new to reselling. You're trying to figure out, like, what do I sell on eBay? Well, let's go over it right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? So it's Peter here, the Real Toronto Picker, and right behind me, I think this is the last day that I'm gonna. Well, the last time, next Thursday, I'm gonna try to fix this up. I got a comment from, or a shout out to Heidi. She said my background, and I've got a lot of comments about my background, the brick, moving around and stuff. So I'm gonna have to find some time now to kind of fix this setup right now. All I've been doing lately is listing. I haven't really cleaned up. Winter is coming, so I want to get this garage up to where I want it to be so that it's clean and neat and ready to go and organized. Right now, it's a huge mess, and I'm not going to show you around because it's really bad. So welcome back. It's Thursday. It's time for another video. Today, I'm going to go over some things that you should look for. I'm not really look for because it's hard to tell you what to buy. Now, it depends on the things you're looking for. So everybody is different as far as sourcing. What should you sell? Now, the common things that would sell really well, video games do really well. There's some things that don't do too well, and you gotta be, I don't want to say strategic, but you gotta do your research. So when it comes to certain items, and there's so many items out there that you think you're gonna make a profit and you like it, but you gotta be careful. So let's say a couple of months ago I bought one of these Funko Pops. I went to one of those in Barrie. There's a flea market. I don't know if anybody knows about it. Mville Fair, and I bought this Funko Pop. Okay, so this Funko Pop I bought for $10, and this was, I'm gonna say 6 months ago. It was sometime in the summer. I went up there and I bought some Funko Pops, and as far as Funko Pops, maybe some of them, now I kept it because I like Luke Skywalker, because to be honest with you, something like this right now sells for $3-4. It's not what it used to be. Now, another thing that you got to be careful of is these Walt Disney classics. This I got for 50 cents at one of these thrift stores in Toronto. And if you look it up right now, you'll probably find ones that are going for 800 or 900. This one's pretty beat up. And I bought it just to see what it was like. I don't think something like this will do really well unless it's in really good condition. Like this one here I bought for 50 cents. I'm probably gonna list it. I'm not sure, but you gotta do your research. So when I first started out, I bought something like this because they were huge. There was a huge market for it. It was going crazy. They were going for $8,000-9,000, $10,000. So I thought it was a good deal. I did find this. Now, James Bond. These are 100 postcards, and if you look on the back is Sean Connery. Sean Connery just passed away, so something like this may be valuable. It's sealed, brand new, on eBay, sells for about $150. But here's the thing. Someone's listed it for $150, but none of them have sold. So doing your research is very key. So if I list something like this on eBay, right? Will it sell? I don't know, because it's been sitting there for a while. So maybe I'll list something like this just to see what it gets. But you got to do your research. Look at your sold listings. If this didn't sell, then really, are you buying it just because you like it, or are you buying it to resell? This is what you're in the business for. You're here to make money, and that's what you want to do. So when it comes to reselling, you don't want to buy things just because you like them. You want to buy them because they're going to sell. So here's an example. Village, and I bought this Smallville's, the complete series, and I seen the price, and I thought, you know what? Sometimes when they have it in the glass, in that little glass case, you start to wonder maybe it's too expensive. But always ask. So I went there and I asked how much it was, and they brought it out, and it was $16.99. Okay, so $16.99, something like this on eBay. Okay, the sold listings, and if I scan it right now, I think it went for, I don't think there's even a scanner on this thing, but I looked it up. The Smallville Complete Series sells for about $120 to $150. So something like this complete series of DVDs. Now you got to make sure that it's in there. So it's got a little bit of a crack on the front of it. So, and then you look, you see that it's got the complete set inside. So something like this, it would be, to some people who love Smallville, would be a huge collection for them, right? And I like Smallville. I thought it was a really good show, but do I keep it because I like it, or do I keep it because I'm reselling it? That's the thing you have to think about. If you're new to reselling, you got to think to yourself, I'm selling something to make money on the side, or maybe you want to do this as a full-time gig, or maybe this is your full-time gig, and maybe you lost your job and you're trying to make a living. So you got to do your research. It's very key to do your research. Do your research on products. Don't just buy anything. Even though it's $1 or it's $2 and you're like, you know what, I'll take a chance on reselling it. That might not necessarily go well for you, right? So you got to think long term. What does really well are, I find, and this is my opinion on what I do, I find what sold really well for me is video games, toys. Okay, they do really, really well. Video games and toys do really well. Okay, and like Lego does really well. Okay, so Legos is part of that toys. And then you got to go in, like, I don't sell shirts and t-shirts and stuff like that because I'm not in that niche. I don't know enough about it yet. Maybe one day I'll branch it to that. If I become a full-time reseller, I'll do something like that. But you got to look at stuff like that. What does really well for you? What do you know? And another thing that I found is making sure you test your items. Like, things that sell really well, I find, are electronics. So like VCR, DVD, VCR combos, like a recorder, gaming systems. Now Xbox 360, I find, has been very slow. Back in the day, it sold really well. But you gotta test your things. So last thing you want to buy is something that needs work. You don't want to buy things that need work, that need to be repaired. Like, I bought a PlayStation 2, and I'm like, well, you know what? The port isn't working. I could take it apart, and I wasted my time, and I took it apart, and I tried to get it working, and it didn't work. Now I sell it as parts, and that's my biggest concern. I get worried selling things as is, because when you sell things as is, you're taking a chance on returns, because as much as you list it as is, some people, and it's not everybody, some people will go out there and will buy it without reading the description or the listing, even though you have clearly marked there that's what it is. Then they'll want to return. And remember, on eBay, they always get their return. So you might as well have returns. There's no way of getting around it. So either way, when it comes to eBay, you're gonna pay the fees, and you're gonna get returns. So they're gonna, if they want to send an item back, eBay is just gonna side with them, because even though you wrote as is, you could try to fight it, but it's sometimes very difficult and not worth your effort. So I find that if I'm gonna sell something as is, you got to be very careful and strategic on what you're selling, because and you got to take a chance that if you're selling something as is, you may get a return. So that's what I do. I have returns on, because if I sell something as is, it may be returned back to me, and that's fine. You got to weigh your pros and cons. But if you're new, like I said, 20 items, do you really want to take a chance on that item? Now, Christmas is coming. So I'm building my inventory, and I'm thinking, what can I sell closer to Christmas? Because Christmas is huge for us. Christmas, Boxing Day in Canada, Black Friday in the US. So be strategic, okay, in what you're selling. Another thing, inventory. Now, I'm trying to get you guys lined up, and you don't want to be able to not to find something. Now, if you're new and you only have 20 items, you can put it on the table. If you're working in your house, your garage, your basement, right? I wouldn't suggest getting a warehouse if you're brand new, unless you're selling a lot. But you need your inventory to be basically consistent. You don't want to be selling something and then going, oh my God, I can't find it. So like I said, this weekend, I'm going to be fixing this board, this brick wall behind me because of the movement, especially for videos on YouTube. And I want to get everything organized. So inventory is key. Setting up little bins, A, B, C, D. I have all these shelves around here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to inventory all my stuff, get it all set up, and try to list as many things as you can and as many things I can. So inventory is key. You want to be able to find something. So if it sells, you're not going, where did I put it? Where is it? And then you're sending back, going back to the buyer and saying, I can't find the item. And then you lose that sale. And just remember, if you're new, don't give up. Like when I first started doing this, I wasn't making a lot of money. What got me started was I went to a garage sale and I found a Wii U for like $20, and it sold for I think $200 or $300. But then the sales were slow because I was still learning, and that's what you're doing. You're still learning. So don't give up. Don't give in. So you want to make a little bit of cash on the side. So you want to do that. You gotta keep going. So like I said, keep going. And if your listing is consistent and eBay sees that you're not a kind of like a scammer, they'll be like, you know what? This person is constantly selling. So not only are we going to send people, the algorithm is going to go, wow, wait a second. They're selling a lot of money. They're going to raise how much you can sell, how much money you're going to have. And then the holds go away, the limits go away, and then you're free to go and do and sell. So that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to give up. I want you to go and do it. So don't give up and keep doing it. So I got some videos that on my channel that you can watch. There's, like I said, every Thursday I make videos. Come back, hit that notification bell, like and follow for more tips and advice that I can give you. Thanks for watching.